It's tough to separate Donald Trump from his hometown of New York City. In fact, his family has a long history in the Big Apple, starting with his grandparents. Friedrich and Elizabeth Trump were both born in Karlstadt, Germany.
Friedrich. Someone named Friedrich. You gotta be a professional. You know what I mean? Friedrich. We're gonna name him Friedrich. He was probably named after somebody else, like a phenomenal family member or something like that.
His grandparents. Friedrich and Elizabeth Trump were both born in Karlstadt, Germany, and actually grew up across the street from one another. In the 1880s, Friedrich ventured to North America, making a small fortune during Alaska's gold rush operating restaurants and brothels. After Friedrich returned to Germany...
What? He was operating restaurants and brothels? Sheesh. Friedrich? My gracious, okay. Cuz was a daggone hustler off top, and they came from Germany. All right, didn't know that.
Gold rush operating restaurants and brothels. After Friedrich returned to Germany and married Elizabeth in 1902, the young couple left for a place where all immigrants could find a home, New York City. The city part of that was relatively new. The 5 boroughs had only formally incorporated 4 years prior.
Now, hold on. I need to slow this down a little bit. So the grandfather, because this is the grandparents, the grandfather came from Germany, came from Germany to North America, got it popping with the restaurants, hotels, and brothels, and did something with the gold rush. I don't know what the gold rush is, so I gotta look into that. Whatever, if you can share that information, that would be amazing. Yes, 9 times out of 10, by the time you share that information, I would have done my own due diligence. But let me tell you something, man. The knowledge that you guys bestow upon me, oh my Lord, it's such a blessing. It's such a blessing. Like, some people think that the way I support the channel is by giving and buying and giving. And no, the way you support the channel is not only by watching the videos, but by sharing the knowledge that you have, because it's that whole each one teach one type of thing. That right there is far more valuable to me than $1. Now, I do appreciate people hitting the super thanks button and donating and whatnot, or reaching out in other ways. But at the end of the day, by simply watching these videos and commenting and being a part of this journey that I'm on, I really appreciate that. Now, I didn't know that his family was from Germany, that his grandfather came into some money and ran it up quick, and then went back to Germany and brought his wife over. I don't know if they was already married, but did it specify that? I probably missed that part. Okay.
The Trumps first settled in with Friedrich's sister in Morrisania, a rapidly growing German neighborhood in the Bronx. Today, a nail salon occupies their old address. But even though they lived amongst their countrymen, Elizabeth quickly became homesick. After giving birth to their first child, also named Elizabeth in 1904, the growing family traveled back to Deutschland. But the German government wouldn't allow Friedrich to regain his citizenship, claiming he had only left for America in the first place to avoid the German Empire's mandatory military service. So, back...
Now, is that true? Is that true? Is that something that he did? Did he leave Germany to come to North America just so he wouldn't have to join that military? Not that I ain't frowning on that. I mean, and honestly, people might think, oh, it's your duty to fight. If you're called to fight, you're supposed to fight. Well, everybody's not meant to fight. Everybody's not meant to fight. All the soldiers that we celebrate every single year, and some celebrate them all year, every month. But the soldiers we celebrate, they are special. They are special. Yeah, some people who I wasn't meant to fight either, but I still went and I fought for my country, and that's you. That's you. So if he did that or he didn't purposefully, then that's his business. But at the end of the day, he was already creating a structure for his family. Now, when he went back, he couldn't regain his citizenship. And I guess he said, okay, fine, I can't regain my citizenship. Then we just gonna go ahead and pack it up and completely move to the U.S. All right. I mean, well, Was it U.S. then? Okay, to the U.S.
To New York it was. They found their next home again in the Bronx, an apartment building that still stands today.
Wow.
Now home to a liquor store. Elizabeth soon gave birth to their second child and first son, Frederick Christ, although he was known as Fred from an early age. A third child, John George, would be born 2 years later.
Wow.
To provide for his young family, Friedrich set up a barber shop in Lower Manhattan, shaving and trimming men of finance at 60 Wall Street, now the headquarters of Deutsche Bank. But Friedrich wouldn't be satisfied with cutting rich men's hair for long. He wanted to be the one in the chair. So, in September 1908, he bought his...
How was he not the one in the chair already? Because this dude have already been making like super big boss moves. Like he's been making super boss moves. Everything he was doing was entrepreneurial. Everything, every single thing he was doing, even starting a barbershop. that was big time. But he always dreamed bigger. Someone told me to dream bigger and you'll do more to achieve those goals. Because sometimes the failure is to dream small and accomplish that and then become complacent and you never live up to your full potential. So, okay, I'm liking this so far. I'm really enjoying this so far. All right, now, a lot more than I expected to, honestly, because being that I didn't know a bunch about Trump, I never was a huge fan of Trump. I mean, I thought he was cool when he had that TV show with all the actors and artists being a part of it and whatnot, but I didn't know enough about him, and I didn't really care for that show too much, to be honest with you, because I just didn't. It just wasn't my taste. And when he became the president, like, okay, I do remember Trump was cool with everybody, but I do see a whole bunch of people who are against him, so I guess I'll be against him too. Ignorance is bliss, guys. Ignorance is bliss. All right, so let's finish learning.
He wanted to be the one in the chair. So, in September 1908, he bought his first property as an investment, a 2-story dwelling in the Woodhaven neighborhood of Queens.
Okay.
To supplement his income, he took up a job as manager at the German-owned Medallion Hotel in Midtown Manhattan.
Okay, slow it down. So he purchased an investment property. He purchased an investment property, his first investment property. And then he started working at a huge hotel. I guess he was like, man, I got to learn the ropes. So I'm going to learn it by working there, which makes all the sense in the world. Okay. All right, cool. I'm following along, guys. All right, let's go.
The hotel has since been demolished, and the property now exists as a parking lot. Soon after, the whole Trump family moved to Queens to be closer to Friedrich's real estate interests, settling in a 2-story house in Woodhaven. Still a house today. All was good for the Trumps. But like many German immigrants in the U.S., they faced extreme bias after the outbreak of World War I. To appear more American, Friedrich Trump became Frederick Trump. Interestingly, his son Fred Trump would go on to further reject his German ancestry, claiming the family was Swedish in order to appeal to Jewish renters, a claim continued by his son well into the future.
So because of it was a smart business move to not say that they were German, but to say that they were Swedish. His Trump's dad started saying, man, we Swedish. I don't know what y'all talking about. We Swedish. I ain't Germany. Who Germany? Who German? No, I ain't no German. I'm Sweden. Sweden. Das Verdanken. I don't know what a Das Verdanken or Esfalutin is. Anything that I know comes off a daggone movie or TV show or something like that, man. Just ridiculous.
Appeal to Jewish renters, a claim continued by his son well into the future.
All right, Fred Trump was born in New Jersey in 1905. His father came here from Sweden.
Back in 1918, America experienced one of its most dangerous epidemics, the Spanish flu. Influenza killed over 21 million people worldwide that year, including Frederick Trump.
Oh, wow.
Elizabeth went on to manage her deceased husband's budding real estate company, now entitled Elizabeth Trump and Son.
Okay, so Elizabeth Trump, she kept the business going. I heard someone say though that she started it all. That she was one of the main reasons why why they even got into real estate and whatnot. See, I need to, okay, this is only 3 minutes. I need more. Because right now it's saying that she continued the legacy that was already started by her husband.
Your deceased husband.
Feel free to correct me in the comments, or just let me know whatever you want me to know. All right.
Frederick Trump. Elizabeth went on to manage her deceased husband's budding real estate company, now entitled Elizabeth Trump and Son, the son being Fred. Until he was of age, Elizabeth bought and sold property, built homes, and arranged mortgages.
Wow. So she just ran it up. Not only did she manage, here I am thinking that she just, okay, my husband's gone. Somebody need to manage his stuff that he already bought. So I'm going to step in so that we not lose what we already got. Nope. She got in that bad boy and started buying homes, building homes, arranging mortgages. Wow. Okay. So she became like the beast, the driving force of it all once her husband passed. See, a lot of people need to show some respect to these women out here, man. Women do a lot more than we give them credit. Y'all need to daggone give these women a lot more credit. And they do this while going through their own internal battles that they have to go through every single day. My God, man, shout out to the women.
Until he was of age, Elizabeth bought and sold property, built homes, and arranged mortgages, all
Wow.
while sewing for her neighbors on the side. Fred soon took over the business, and over the course of several decades, built it into the family empire his son Donald would inherit.
All right, so his mama, Donald Trump's grandmother, was the one that really started to run it up. I'm buying this, I'm selling that, I'm flipping this, I'm building that up, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Then she passed it down, all of those duties, to her son, which is Donald Trump's father, and he leveled it up. He took it to another level that she didn't take it. Not that she couldn't, but she didn't. And I guess he had a vision, and he ran it over the top. So, I see, this is the type of stories that I like to hear. They're inspiring, encouraging, all those things, man. They just let me know it's possible. It's possible if some immigrants from Sweden can do it, then why can't all of us do it?
Of several decades, built it into the family empire his son Donald would inherit.
Okay, so his son Donald Trump inherited it after they put in that work, and I'm guessing after they did that, they passed that down, and he ran it up from there. So when people say Donald Trump's he's from money, he don't understand people with no money, he don't understand this, he don't understand that. You know what? People need to get off of that kick, because just because you have certain things don't mean that you're not knowledgeable of the world. You're not knowledgeable of the world. Some will say that you're actually more knowledgeable because you're able to live your own life, raise your own families, and be able to thrive. Not only survive, but thrive in the process. No, does he know everything that's going on in communities that's laden with drugs and violence and filled with trailer parks or ghetto apartment buildings? Probably not. He probably studied those areas to see where he can do more investments and whatnot. But should he know about that? No, he shouldn't have. To be honest with you, because I always put my family first, God and family first. And my family is if they're not tied to other communities that aren't directly related to what we're doing on a day-to-day basis, what would be my reason for wanting to know more about them other than just being on a journey for truth right now? So I just so happen to be in a comfortable position right now where I'm like, Van, you didn't pay attention for a great deal of your 44 years. Now it's time for you to start paying attention, dude. So now that's where I am. Who's to say that Trump didn't do the exact same thing? Now, was it for his own interest? Let me tell you something. Stay out of people's pockets. That's what I'm gonna say to you, and that's what I'm gonna say to y'all. Stay out of people's pockets. We love to pay attention to other people's ambitions, other people's goals, what drive them, all these things. And while we're paying attention to other people's things, we're missing our own mark. We're missing our own opportunities, right? Is exactly what it is. At some point, we need to realize that we have to get our own house in order first, and then we can get out there and save the world, right? Get out there and save the world. But I really like this, man. This was cool. This was cool to know. Good information. Really good information. Keep them joints coming, guys. Let me know what y'all want me to know in the comments below. And if you have yet to hit that subscribe button or the new super thanks button that's right underneath the video somewhere, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I'm Van, and now we are all the LFR family. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video, hopefully inside of the Patreon as well. Y'all have been amazing per usual. Love y'all.